devotion among its fans.
This is probably the 6th time I've seen it.
That's the 3rd time we've seen it.
They're the Moody Blues. And they've been part of the rock and roll landscape since 1966.
The sound is such a classical sound with the orchestra and everything behind it. It's great.
They've stood the test of time. They've been around for 30 years, and I think they've appealed to many generations of people.
With a little luck, almost anyone can buy a ticket to a Moody Blues concert and watch from the bleachers. But there's one area of a concert hall that few fans ever get to see: backstage.
We don't allow anybody backstage during our show. The band's very picky about it, so we keep a pretty tight rein on who goes backstage and who doesn't.
But tonight, the band has made an exception, allowing our cameras behind the scenes to get a glimpse of life on the road with the Moody Blues.
We might show you things you've never seen before.
The Moody Blues are Justin Hayward, John Lodge, Ray Thomas, and Graham Edge. The band formed in Birmingham, England, adopting a name with the letters M and B in hopes of securing financing from a local brewery called Middleton Bottlers.
We called ourselves the Moody Blues 5 to start with, then we ditched the 5, just called ourselves the Moody Blues. And approached the brewery and they said no way. And 6 months later we had our first #1 and they came back to us and said, yes, we'd like to get involved. And we said, well, we don't really need it anymore.
Stepping backstage, the first thing you'll discover is that bringing music to a live audience is a massive undertaking.
It isn't as glamorous as a lot of people make it.
Any successful tour starts with a road crew. These are the workers who set up and break down the equipment at every show.
I'm the rigger and the stage manager. The rigger's responsible for hanging the points in the ceiling that hangs the sound, the lights, the special effects. The stage manager's responsible for everything that has to do with stage.
These dedicated employees keep a back-breaking schedule.
We work, 18, 20 hours a day, so we're so busy. These guys work 6 shows a week. It's a horrendous schedule. We sleep when we can.
When these weary workers do sleep, it's on a bus. They've agreed to give us a peek inside to see how the roadies rough it on tour.
Not very many people either come on here because it's the crew bus, it's where we live. You have to ask for permission because it's family and friends, wives, and that's about it. Because 11 of us live in. But come on the bus.
We were surprised to find that they don't really rough it at all. This bus is a deluxe model decked out with all the creature comforts.
They're very comfortable. Front and back, central air conditioning, TVs, VCRs. We've got 12 bunks that are in the middle. Sleep 12 people. 2 lounges. It takes both of them to get everybody seated and comfortable. You see it's nice and airy, same thing. It's home.
Although the road crew travels by bus, the band members fly in a private jet. It may seem like a luxury, but the Moody Blues insist it's a necessity.
You have to have a routine, and the great thing about your own plane is you have a routine that works, and then you never question it. You take all the pressure from you as an artist, so you can arrive there feeling unpressurized, and all you've got to do is the concert, and that's the most important thing.
Like the tour bus, this plane comes equipped with all the perks, like a personal flight attendant.
Welcome aboard. My name is Lisa. I'm the flight attendant for the Moody Blues, and this is their private charter plane.
And what sort of wild and decadent behavior goes on at 40,000 feet?
We play bridge back here, we play chase the lady.
Backgammon.
Backgammon.
But it's really nice just to relax, to unwind.
When they're not playing card games, the band likes to toy with a computer screen that tells them exactly where their jet is at any given time.
We're at 41,000 feet, which is really high, so we can take our own direction. We don't have to go into the traffic lanes.
After arriving at the Spokane arena, the band members settle in, relying on a set routine to prepare for the show.
And what we try and do is arrive at the venue at the same time before the concert starts every night. And so you go to the dressing room is as near the same every night. Furniture's brought in, so you sit down and it looks exactly the same.
Finally, the moment everyone has been waiting for. The Moody Blues take the stage. Their hits have spanned the generations, with songs like Tuesday Afternoon and Your Wildest Dreams. But many fans consider one tune to be the Moody Blues' signature song. Nights in White Satin.
Nights in white satin, never reaching end.
I think it's quite an amazing song. You know, we've all loved it. I mean, the actual recording of Nights was lovely in the studio. It was very emotional.
Beauty I'd always be.
It means a lot to a lot of people. It's part of people's lives, like a lot of our songs. But that one is special.
Just want the truth.
What you try and do on stage is give them back exactly that emotion, and you can see it on their faces.
'Cause I love you. Yes, I love you. Oh, yeah.
After giving it their all for 2 solid hours, the band members take a final bow. 30 years later, it's clear the band still has what it takes.
Afterwards, it is the time, the best time of all, because we've been through an experience, all of us, and we've all had that same emotional experience. It is actually a tremendous emotional release every day, because you spend every day building up to knowing that you have to deliver a performance.
Then it's off to the private jet to celebrate a successful show and head for their next stop, Reno, Nevada.
It was a joy to play to them. It really was. It was a good, fun gig tonight. I really enjoyed myself.
The Blues can also take pleasure in knowing that their staff thinks they are as caring as they are talented.
They're lovely people, very gracious, lovely people.
I've worked for just about every act in the business in the last 25 years, and the Moody Blues, the guys are English gentlemen. They're pleasant. They come and ask you how your day is. They actually care about us.
It's all rock and roll, and after 3 decades, the Moody Blues still like it.